everyone. I hope you're well, taking care of yourselves and staying away from COVID. COVID is costing a lot of people's lives. I hope you're taking care of yourselves, really. It is really serious. We need to keep the SOPs. We need to sanitize, social distance so that we stay alive. We have a bright future ahead of us and we really need to keep in. I thank God that today we are all alive, first of all, and we are watching. We thank God. We made 1K, 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. I am overjoyed that I have at least 1,000 people who believe that we are doing something and we are creating an impact. It's such a milestone for us. I know people be like, hey, just 1K. For us, 1K is a big deal. Thank you so much for believing in us, and we are going to get more zeal to go on and bring more of these episodes coming so that we change many more lives. We are so excited about that and we're celebrating as a Manzi. Thank you, our viewers, for believing in us. Thank you for watching. Those who have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. There's a lot you can learn from a Manzi. It's a bit different. Like we said, we are not entertainers, but we impact knowledge. And we bring it to you. You don't have to go looking for it. We just bring it to you. Thank you so much for viewing. Not forget Serena. We wouldn't have made this without you. We thank you. Serena is open. It has beautiful packages. Their ballrooms are out of this world. Those who have functions, those who have an Easter package, holidays, they have Easter packages that are so enticing. And the management asked us to let you know that you need to go to their websites and check out the Easter packages. Very affordable for family, for couples, for lovebirds. And they're running up to Easter Monday. Do not miss out on them. And today, I am yet with Agran Mo, the CEO. Last time those who watched my last video on Jinga, he hosted us at his Jinga farm. And now I thought it was very important that we also learn about watermelon, because I saw watermelon at that time. And I was like, watermelon is also almost in the same category with those tomatoes, with the Jinga, for demand. So I told him, why don't we come and also teach our viewers and our subscribers about how to go about watermelon business, because each household has a watermelon somehow on a daily, and it's a very healthy fruit and needed, by the way. So I'm here with our Grow and More CEO Isaac Mugwere, and he's going to take us through how to plant watermelon right from the soil, the financial need for the watermelon, what kind of how can we go about the financing, and the costs involved, and the watermelon to the market. That is money, where we come to money. So he is going to generally give us a picture of how can we do this business without having to just eat watermelon at home, but even exporting it if we can. Please do not change that channel. Keep tuned. We have a lot for you on watermelon. Thank you. Isaac, thank you for having us today. I want you to introduce yourself to the viewers and the subscribers, and a brief introduction, maybe for those who haven't watched the Jinga video, and then we start rolling.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for coming back for yet another episode. It really gives us the energy to keep moving. Clearly that you have come back means that we did a good job the other time. Those of us that have not watched our first episode, it was on Jinga. We did look at Jinga as a crop and how you can get the best out of it. Those that have watched it, they loved it. If you haven't, I want to urge you to go and look up that video on YouTube. Yes, the same channel, and you will love it. You will love it. Unlike the other time, today we are here for watermelons, and unfortunately, we may not have one to taste today, so we will go away with just the anticipation of how a very good watermelon would taste and look like. That is because our garden is still young, and maybe if we come back in another maybe 2 weeks or a month, I want to assure you, you will go with something, Sandra.
Okay.
Yes, but watermelon, I mean, who does not love watermelons? They are a very, very good fruit. If you have tasted them on weddings, parties, I mean if you have tasted them on parties like weddings and introductions, they have become just a part of whatever is served there. So those of us that have tasted it, especially in the dry seasons when the sun is so loud and you get a bite of a watermelon, you really want to have it and have another. You will even skip meals for watermelon. Like, it's just one fruit that you don't even have to speak for. So watermelons, tasty and a beautiful fruit you want to eat again and again. You have been to the markets, you have seen them. They come in different colors, they come in different sizes. I want to assure you they are not imported. They come from soil, they come from these very grounds. We have our farmers working closely with them to bring you the best. So in those regards, again, my name is Mugera Isaac and I am the CEO of Agro and More. We supply agro inputs, we do conduct farmer trainings in individual and even organized groups. We offer extension services and we do conduct soil testing services. Now, this farm is not for Agro and More. It is for a farmer that is a beneficiary from the services of Agro and More, and I want to invite him on set so he can, you can see him. He's a very young man. Yes, we pay a lot of attention to farmers that want to do farming as a business. So that is how we found ourselves looking them up as they are looking for us. And in those words, we found ourselves interacting, and I visited his farm. Yeah, the melons were really still young by then, and we have come back to have our shooting on his farm, and that really encourages him. And I want to thank Sandra for coming that far to have the shooting done on this garden. It motivates him. It gets him. It gives him the drive, to expand his business. I know there are people who have acres and acres of watermelon, but you say no. I need where to number one, get my content, but also to get somebody motivated. I really thank you for that. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. So this is my farmer friend, and together with him we're going to teach you how to make money out of watermelons. Stay glued, and we are here to make sure that many of you can get motivated and take on farming as a business. The ground is our employer. We can by now confidently say, you can't say that the unemployment rate is still so high because there are no jobs. Get your feet dirty and you shall be paid for any consultancy services in all crops: coffee, maize, beans, watermelons, tomatoes, ginger, name it. Agro and More, we are located in MPG. We have our main offices there. Call us, find us on Facebook at Agro and More, and we shall help you get yourself established. He's about to begin selling watermelons. Why not get into the content?
My name is Nkwasibwa Rabani, naruga Kabare mu district ya Rwanda. Niyo murimo gwanje ni mpinga watermelon, katandika kwinga watermelon y'imyaka 15. then kija nyo na cyanu ya na banyegesa kuna yengera watermelon nareba bakanyegesa mpora naheza nabikwata hati ni mubireba hati nimwe niyo ninyega mpora kuka hati nanyendugireyo rugireyo hati
oratwara mukatare
hati nitwara mukatare nshubura meloni funa makasente
kasente ukakozesa
kasente ako nkafuna nanye ninyongeraho nanye mfuna ubundi business harubaju
nkaki
hati nkufuna kasente ako nifuna yendi miro zanjokwe pinga menankeje pinga mu buri kimwe ebihimba emboga greens hati ebyo nibyo muri migo muri gukora meloni greens ebyebe ngo muri gukora
nko yaya yeziro raguze ringana ki
yaya yezire meloni za yezire munonga na kirarugira ahantu impingire mbweno nampingira ahantu hataha hankayinga kantu kake kakani kake munonga ataka ninka tugambe ninka protie kayinga ka proti kujyani hangu kayinga kantu kake nganiza kuya mu meloni zanje zikaye 13 nzaziyama
13 ninga bishatu
bishatu kisuke bishatu bishatu then bishatu ezo nzazitwara mu katare mfuna makasente kakozese ebyo bintu byanje ebyo bana heza
webare munonga asimwe
munonga
that was Laban. Surprisingly, he comes from where I come from. I should say I'm very proud of him. I thought he's from here, the central, but when he went to Jazz and Ruchiga, I was like, yeah, that's it. In brief, he says he came all the way from Kawale. He came here and he started watermelon farming. And he says he's benefiting quite a lot because it helps him do other things. He said, like in this where we are right now, it's not so big, but he's expecting like 300 watermelons, and then he'll take them to the market, and the money he gets, he plants other things. He buys other farms and he plants beans, he buys other pieces of land, I think it's the word, and then he'll plant maybe vegetables and greens and all that. And he's saying it has really improved his life very much because he can sustain himself. What a testimony. I'm so happy to hear that because he's just the right person I needed. I mean, all the way from Kavale, but he's doing something here in Uganda. And yeah, that was him. Very inspiring story. And he says he's doing well, by the way. Don't even feel sorry for him. He's okay. He's fine. And he expects money. I can see the fruits are getting bigger. And he's under a management, so they keep monitoring his fruits for him. He's doing well. I want Isaac to introduce to us this fruit, the benefits, and why we need to go into watermelon farming if we can.
There are many other fruits, there are many other crops that somebody would go into production for, but watermelons, why I would choose them or advise somebody to take them on is number one, they take a very short period of time, and the average there being 70 days to 110 days. That is between 2.5 months to about close to 4 months, depending on the variety that you are to take on and grow. Besides that, they don't have very many diseases, and also they don't have very many pests, and that reduces the pressure on the farmer. They're not like tomatoes, and tomatoes really have a lot of pressure when it comes to pests and diseases. Yeah, and the other reason would be the market. You know, the market for watermelons is there, and it is continuing to grow as the people get aware of the crop. Did you know that there are people who don't know anything about watermelons and they take them for pumpkins or any other thing, and when they get to learn about them, they love them and they want to have more of them, and when they serve them on parties and so on. Yeah, the nutritional part of it, yeah, watermelons are very, very nutritious, very good carbohydrate component in there, when we talk about the sugar, they are sweet. So the carbohydrate in them there is really, really high and very nutritional. The phosphorus, the calcium, the vitamins. I mean, it's a fruit anybody else would want to include on their plate as dessert, but also even for juice. I have tasted watermelon juice and it's good. It's good, really good. Now, what are the steps? What do I have to what do I have to go through from seed to, say, harvesting? First thing, seed selection. And what determines the kind of seed that you're going to take on? What determines the variety? There are several factors you have to put into consideration when you're choosing which seed of watermelon you're going to plant. And the number one key of all factors is the market. You have to find out what the market demands. Does the market want dark green watermelons? Then you should make a choice in that direction. Do they want the zebra ones, the striped ones? Then whichever variety you're going to pick should be in that line. Then the other thing is going to be the size. What size does the market require? Do they want them very big? Do they want medium size? Do they want the small size? Then you have to choose varieties that will suit that. Then the other thing, most important component is the tolerance to pests and diseases. And specific to diseases, we have about 3 very stubborn, dangerous, disturbing diseases when we talk about watermelons. We have anthracnose, we have the fusarium wilt, and then we have the mildew, down mildew. And well, the breeders, when breeders are coming up with these varieties, they pay a lot of attention to those diseases. So whenever you're choosing a variety, it is important that you consider the resistance to these diseases. The variety that you're choosing should be resistant at least to those 3. Even when the variety, important to note, even when the variety may mention that they are tolerant or resistant to a particular disease, yeah, the strains or the races of the causative agents there are many, but they only help you to reduce chances of occurrence of disease to a certain level. Still about seeds, the varieties that are common on Ugandan market, we have very many, but if I am to mention a few that we are familiar with, there is Sukari F1, there's Sukari F1, there is Yash, there is Apova, there is Asali F1, that is from the Osho chemicals, they supply that one. Then there are really many varieties, but what is important when you're choosing, the size of the seed, then the color, and then the yield in the end. Oh, there's Julie F1. There's Julie F1. Yeah. Watermelons. Now in the garden we go. We have selected our seed, whether it is Julie, whether it is Sukali, whether it is Yash, Apova, or whichever variety you have come up with. Most important things to note now. How much of a seed do I need? You should plant for about 500 grams. That's about half a kilogram of seed. 500 grams will allow you up to 2,500 plant population, if I may put it, when you're putting two seeds per hole when you're planting. So you have your seeds, you have come to our garden. What do I have to have in mind as I set out my garden? 5 things. Number 1, the sun. Make sure wherever you're setting out this garden, there is maximum sunlight access. Number 2 is water. You should have direct access to water. Have access to a water source because watermelons need a lot of water. Number 3 is space. By space now we are talking in terms of the plant requirement, the spacing. Watermelons are a unique plant. We give them a space of 2 meters. If we are to say from one row to another, one line from, if we are to say from one line to another line, it should be 2 meters. Then from one plant to another plant, it should be 1 meter. The easiest and best way to get best yields out of watermelons is by setting them on raised beds. Now, things are different when we talk about raised beds. The ordinary garden, you're just going to set out your lines with that concept, 2 meter, 1 meter spacing. But when you come to raised beds, your bed is going to have to be 5 meter wide, and you raise it. And then after raising it 5 meter wide, again you're going to have your 2 lines on this same bed, and these 2 lines should be 1 meter and 1 meter from the edge of the bed. That leaves you with only 3 meters in the middle. I don't know if I'm communicating, but note, 1 meter from the side, another meter from this side, then you have your 2 lines coming in the middle, and in the very middle of the 2 lines you have a spacing of 3 meters. So this helps you to get all the vines brought to the center, and the edges of the bed are for movement and access of the bed. That way you don't step on the vines when you are moving, and the mulching comes easily. You can easily control the weeds. So many advantages that come with the raised beds, including moisture, because moisture and soil depth for root depth and penetration. So regardless of whichever approach you may have taken in planting, whether open field, no beds, or raised beds, the most important things, spacing, and I've mentioned that. I mentioned 5 things that you need. Sunlight, I mentioned space, I mentioned water, and I need to mention also that nutrients. Watermelons need a lot of calcium, and they need a lot of phosphorus for very good fruit quality. Phosphorus will come in form of DAP, and the calcium comes in form of CAN. And the application there is, it can be both foliar application and basal application. You go at the bottom of, at the base of the plant, and you apply at a rate of 6 grams, a tablespoon, the sugar spoon, full of fertilizer. You dress it on the side, and this should be done at least after 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the variety and the season that you may be in. The CAN is important. Yes, the phosphorus is for the root development, and the calcium here is important for the cover. You see the fruit cover outside. If you do not supply enough calcium, the fruit is going to crack and split open, you know. And then you may also register abortions and early flower fall off. So the period watermelons will take between 75 days to 110 days, depending on the variety. But the shorter the period, the higher the chances that we shall escape pests, we shall escape diseases, and we shall catch our target market. Very long periods also mean very long expenses that you will incur. Talking about pests now, I have already hinted on them. Remember, we started with dealing with melon flies and fruit flies just after planting. So the other things that we are going to bring in now are chemicals that are going to help handle our other pests. Which other pests do we expect in our watermelon garden? The aphids will always be there. The spider mites will also be there. We have the scales, the mealybugs, and the fruit flies. So fruit flies sorted. This other category, what do we do? Again, we are going to keep alternating. And when do they come? These other pests, when do you expect them? These are anytime after planting? Anytime. Their eggs are always in the ground. They are always there in the ground. So as the plant grows, they are also. That's why we advocate for quick maturing varieties. Okay. Because these quick maturing varieties, They grow very fast before the pests are ready to attack. Yes. So those pests that I have mentioned, you are going to handle them by using alternating curative and preventive what? You're going to handle them by alternating systemic and contact pesticides. And the systemic ones always serve better. You can't talk about systemic pesticides and you do not mention acelelectin, you know, because of its components. Acelelectin is very, 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 very important for somebody who is going to take on such because of the abamectin that is in it and the acetamiprid. And then the imidacloprid there is very, very important. You want to also include it in your rotation. Let's talk about now the contact ones. Okay? Yes. But the contact pesticides that we have there, we have many. We have Striker. I have mentioned the product name, which I never wanted. But Striker is contact. It has the lambda cyhalothrin, and any product that has lambda cyhalothrin is good. I don't want to limit you to Striker. So that would be very, very good contact. And then the other one there that would bring in would be cypermethrin. Cypermethrin is also very good. But the contacts should only be brought in like for a short, briefer period. I want to use briefer for lack of a better word. For a briefer period than the systemics. So stick more on the systemics and only bring in the contacts just to, to check and then take them out. And I have mentioned the systemics there. So if you have done your job very well in managing your pests, and I've said keep alternating, avoid two things. Avoid sticking to a particular pesticide. Like for me, I use acelelectin. The pests are going to grow resistant, and that is a bad thing. Alternate, bring in the acelelectins. After they are bringing imidacloprid. After they are bringing a contact like lambda cyhalothrin. After they are take it out, bring in cypermethrin. So it's a check. It's a game of, what the other pesticide did not kill, this one will kill. What this one didn't kill, this one will kill. And your garden is kept in what? In check, Then I would advise farmers to try as much as we can to keep some of these chemicals, especially those that contain profenophos, dimethylate, malathion. Let's keep them out of the fruits. For purposes of our health, because those chemicals have very long residual effects and our crops have a very short period. So it's something that is going to grow for 3 months, and once you introduce this chemical,
it will not be out.
It will not be out by that time. And those compounds I've mentioned, they have very long residual effect. They keep in that the dimethylate, the profenophos, and the malathion.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, when does the fruit come out again? How many months?
Depending on variety, but 70 days to 110 days.
110.
Yes.
The fruit is out.
Yes.
At that time, you're still applying.
By the end of that period, we are vesting. By the end of 100 days.
100 days. So when does this is how many months?
This one, I can't tell in terms of months exactly, but it's about 2 months and something.
It's about to get harvested.
Yes. How do we know that it is ready? That I will have to show you. How do you know that how do I know that my watermelons are ready? There are several methods that some people use, or people use, but from me, my experience, I use 2. Number 1, the color. Right now, for example, this melon that is before us is not yet ready. Looking at its color, if you have seen a melon in the market, it doesn't look like that.
It's a lighter.
Yeah. So as it tends to maturity, the color becomes lighter. When it is still growing, it is darker green. The green is still. And then also, the most confirming one is the tendril that is always at that
Holding.
very junction, eh?
Holding the melon to the plant.
So this has to dry. This one is just starting to dry.
Okay, I'm thinking it's starting to dry.
So that then means it is still young. When it begins to brown and dry away, it is telling you, I am ready.
Okay.
It is the one confirming sign. You can never go wrong.
Purpose?
The purpose of the tendril, to show you that the melon is ready.
That's all.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But it's just to grip around. To grip around. Yes.
Okay. Now we're harvesting.
Yes, we are harvesting.
Now, how do we harvest? What do you have a harvesting method?
Harvesting method? You have. Oh, now that we are harvesting, I remember. I want to warn you. This one. Should I?
Yeah.
Whoever wants to do watermelons, prepare for one thing: security. Don't do watermelons where it is not secure. Because this fruit is eaten even in the garden. It's not like a tomato, it's not like ginger, it's not like green pepper. No. If I'm hungry now, I just come here, I split open, eat. This is ready money. Anybody who wants to steal will just come, pick, and go straight to them.
Hard work and take to them.
For me to steal 10 pieces, I don't even need 30 minutes. Just come, pack my truck, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll go. So whoever is planning watermelons, remember security. Put them where it is safe. And secure. So we are harvesting. Identify your spot, and get boys on that day and teach them how to identify what is ripe from what is not. And yeah, you're going to have your watermelon.
Straight to the market.
Yeah, straight to the market.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good.
Now the phase of planting is done.
Yes.
We're going to the money part.
Money part.
The costs. Let's stick to an acre. Because we've been on an acre, we said we needed about 3,000 seeds for an acre. Now, our seeds are up. Probably we have like how many watermelons? Like 2,500?
We said an acre. We said we're going to have about 2,500 plants. Yeah. Okay. And let's say, I would like you to move with me. Let's say, for example, out of the 2,500 plants there, each plant is going to give us two watermelons. 2 only. But every plant has the potential to give you up to 4. Yes.
So let's stick to 2.
Yeah. But over 4, again, I would advise abortion, deliberate abortion. If you see that you are getting very many fruits, because once they become too many, the size is going to be compromised. Yes. Let's say 2. So if you are to take 2 fruits, times 2,500.
Those are 5,000 fruits.
Those are 5,000 fruits. Let's say we have lost 1,000 fruits, right? And we have
4,000.
4,000. How to get up to that point?
How much is a watermelon on the market?
Watermelon on the market. If you have seen a big one this size, minimum, the last price there will be like about 10,000. You can go for 10, right? Yeah, but 7,000. Okay, let's say 7,000.
7,000 yes. When the market is really low.
But me, I'm a farmer. I don't have the time to go to the market, sit there and wait for somebody to come and me, I just give to whoever has that time. You understand my point? So I'm going to give whoever is going to come and buy at only, let's give at 2,000. Give away price. Big, small.
Watermelon unajikuza zinga ya Katari.
Sinzira size. Sinzira size.
At in cage.
Cage. Cage ni sinzira kanana.
He says this watermelon on the market that is in Uganda, it's 8,000 shillings. That's about $2.5.
Yes, yes.
About $2.5. And the field we are anticipating, if it's about 1 acre, we have put it maybe let's say 4,000 watermelons.
Yes, fruits.
So if 4,000 fruits, multiply them by the 7. Use your phone.
Okay.
By multiply 4,000 by 7,000, let's say.
By 7,000.
That
No,
is
let's take a lower price.
28. Yeah.
Let's take a lower price. Because 8,000 is for the market. If you are in the market, somebody who is going to come.
Let's say 5,000 for someone who is coming, because they'll take their 3,000 anyway.
No, I have dealt with buyers. Okay, let us take the highest price to be, let's say 4,000.
Okay.
Yes, 4,000. And remember our fruits, we said they are they are 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah. So we have 4,000 fruits. Each fruit is going for 4,000, and that gives you
16 million.
Thank you. You said it.
So if we have 16 million,
Yes.
every 3 months.
Yes.
I'm going to start tomorrow.
I again, remember we took this, we have taken this.
And how much is the seedling packet?
It depends on the variety, and but some may go up to 400. There are some that go up to 500.
The tin.
The tin.
For 400, yeah, that's the price. But the tin can cover up to an acre.
500 grams. Yeah, 500 grams.
So 1 kilo of the tin can do an acre.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a half kilo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can
do a full acre. Yes.
Okay, still, it's very profitable.
Yes.
Very, very profitable.
Yes. So if you look at your inputs there, what is the input? The input is mainly on pest management, disease management, and just buying seed, and then the labor, you know.
And the labor is just casual labor. You just.
But for you to get these fruits out, the best way, use the beds. The beds really simplify the work. You don't have to worry about the weeds, because on the beds, the vines will just spread on the top and weeds will not grow. And then you have cleared your paths. You know, here I pass here and I'm not stepping on any vine, and your watermelons are going to be covered. So they stay in the bed up to harvest? They'll be on the beds, yeah. Up to harvest? Up to harvest, yeah. The raised beds. Okay. You just get this garden and put it in form of beds.
That is fantastic.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And things are as true as I have told you.
Let anyone who is disputing try it out and then come and tell her you guys lied. That's not how it is. But if you want to know that that is the fact, you try it out. Because I've looked at this garden, it's not so big, but the man is happy, he's okay here in his farm in Nkamengo, and yet we're in town on our desks daily hustling, but he's okay. We seem to be the okay ones, but his own is okay here. So because I wanted us to do the math and really bring out the picture for you, that in an acre you can, okay, let's say you don't want the 16 million, no, it's too high. Okay, it is still money. From 10 million to 16 million is still a lot of money compared to the expenditures that you have on the farm. We've talked about the benefits, we've talked about the advantages of the farming, and we've talked about the disadvantages, because he's clearly showing you that these pests can be a problem, the flies can be a problem, the diseases can be a problem, so it has to be properly managed. Even when you're picking them out, you need to make sure the fruits are ready, not just unripe fruits, and then take them to the market. So what I like about these guys is, if you don't have time for your farm, pay them off, they manage it for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can make a deal, by the way. I have my farm, I have my 5 acres, put the fruits, give me money, and we share the commission, the percentage. You tell them, I'll give you maybe, I'll take 60, you take 40. And you stay in your office in town. And you don't have to run up and down, because I know it's really hard for especially white collar jobs people to leave office, go check on the farm, the farmer, the workers, then the pests, they can't identify them. You can actually hire a company, a agricultural company like theirs, and just let them do the work for you. And I mean, you give them their percentage, they give you your money, and as long as you're utilizing the ground, and I think it works perfectly. What else do you want to add to this?
I just want to talk about briefly the mistakes that really farmers make when it comes to watermelons. I've talked about the monies, it's exciting. The input is not really big. The mistakes, these are the things that you should avoid. In the present day farming business, I want to emphasize the word business, you can no longer afford to sideline the agricultural extension services. So in whatever you're planning, in your budget, it is mandatory to include services of the extension services. You know, include that part so
because
that we
you don't
work,
know everything. You need external help.
So our part is to come check on your farm, tell you change this to that, change that to this. This works, that doesn't work, and we reduce the mistakes that we make.
Just like every human being needs a doctor.
Exactly.
To tell them about.
I like you, Sandra. That is very good. So, the following mistakes you should avoid. Avoid sidelining an extension agent in your plan. Include them. Next, watermelons. They need open space. I found my farmer had already started. And one of the things that may compromise his yield is the fact that there are what? Plants, other plants in there. Watermelons need open space.
So all this needs to go off.
Yeah, all the matoke, if you are to concentrate on watermelon, remove anything that would bring shade. They need open space. Then number 2, do not wait for pests to manifest to spray. Do not wait for disease to come to spray. After buying these chemicals, make sure that the chemicals are applied. We buy these chemicals, store them in our stores, and the plants die of disease. And why does that happen? Management. And we are here. Users. So, in conclusion, Sandra, Agro&More, we are a team that is here to help you realize your business dream. We want to see that what we have talked about, what you have seen in videos, you get to achieve it. Farming comes with so many mistakes, but you can avoid them by getting in touch with the right people. That's Agro&More. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Agro&More.
Yes.
I just wanted also to note, I saw water supply.
Yes.
And I was really happy about that because there, I mean, you can easily irrigate. And I mean, during the dry season, just that he's a farmer who still has a low capacity. But I was like, hey, there's a lot of water, so you can actually pump out the water and irrigate so that you actually supply when the supply is very low.
I want to give you, with all humility, to give you a job in Agro&More as one of the agronomists. Because you can't talk about watermelons and you don't mention water and you are an agronomist. No. So you need water. Watermelons, 5 things. Number 1, you need very good seeds. Number 2, you need the sun. The sun means it has to be clear. Don't put them under shade. Next, you need space, open wide space. Another thing, you need water because the plant is 90%
full of water.
You know. And then you need nutrients, timely. You need the calcium, apply the can. I want to emphasize, apply the can and apply the P. Because if you don't, these plants, as the fruits as they grow and expand, they are going to split open. Yes. And then you're going to see cracks. You have seen, there's one plant that had developed some kind of rough surface and it is healing. That's because of a deficiency of a nutrient. You know? It's something you have to put in plan. Those 2 nutrients, can for calcium and then the DAP for the phosphorus. The plants does need them. Remember to include them.
Okay.
Thank you.
In the intervals you've told us?
Yes, yes.
And the best time to spray is what time?
The best time to spray?
The fertilizer and the pesticides?
We always take intervals of 5, maximum is 7 days when you should be applying them. But after you have seen the flowers, remember to bring in fertilizers that are very high in K. The K is potassium. Potassium is very important for the flowering. Very many flowers will come. Then the fruits will begin to grow big and then minimize fruit abortions. It's very, very important. The higher the K, the higher the chances that your fruits will be many, big, and the sugar their content will be very high. So 4 elements, the K, the P, the calcium, and the nitrogen. Yes, nitrogen I didn't emphasize because it comes in the can, and then it will also come in your NPK that will come at flowering and other packages. But otherwise, you are safe for the ride. Don't worry about the...
At what time of the day? Is it morning, evening, the spraying?
The spraying. We always recommend to reserve the morning hours for the bees. We need the bees to do the pollination and get very many fruits in here. So the morning, no, don't spray. Advisably in the evening. Bees are out, the sun is out from 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, depending on the weather. If you check and it is about to rain, do not apply. If the wind is too much, do not apply. Remember to protect yourself when you are using chemicals. Put on your gear, put on gun boots, put on gloves, cover your head. These chemicals are meant to kill insects and take out disease, not you. But if you do not mind your health, you will die before the fruits are ready. Remember that.
That's so serious.
Yes.
Most of African farmers are not keen about protective gears.
Well, we are here to emphasize
and yet
that.
it needs to be done. You don't want to die and leave your money behind.
Thank you.
So we've learned that the bees in the morning need to do their work.
Yes, of
that's
pollination.
important. And don't spray before when it's about to rain, because it will wash away the chemical. So, and he has also emphasized on the nutrients the plant needs for it to expand and to get to that 20 kilograms that we need at the market today.
Yes.
Because that's where the money is. I think we've exhaustively covered everything.
Well, if you say that, I can only say thank you for hosting us once again. We look forward for days like these ones. For us, we are here to make sure that the farmers get to realize their dream. Farming is the only safest business after COVID. So, office or no office, ground is ready and waiting for seed.
When it comes to the stomach, there is no bargaining. COVID or not COVID, it keeps demanding. And our bodies also demand the nutrients, demand, energy giving foods, demand the carbohydrates, the proteins. So our bodies keep demanding. So we need to, whether the person is poor or rich or middle income, they must have these meals, they must have these fruits. So it's something that doesn't go wrong at all. And I'm so happy to have hosted Agro and More, and also a farmer who is trying to come up, not someone who's already talking big. So I am sure you guys have learned. I was paying so much attention. I'll definitely note something down so that next time I don't make a mistake. Thank you so much. The contacts of course, their contacts will run again across the screen in case you have any more questions. I thank our subscribers again. Like I said, thank you for believing in us. And we made 1,000, and I'm happy about that I have 1,000 people believe in us, and even more, and there are more to come. Our viewers, please subscribe, hit that subscribe button so that we keep you updated on these things. We can get out of this poverty, we can kick it goodbye. It's possible. 3 months, 1 acre. Who has 1 acre somewhere? Please call us and we do something about it. And please, you can make it. Don't doubt yourselves. You don't have to be there. I mean, some of you are scared about running these farms. You don't have to be there. You can call us and we can do something for you. So our viewers, please don't give up. We can still make it. Serena Hotels, thank you again for sponsoring us. Like I earlier said, they're open. They have their packages. Their Easter packages are so enticing. Please look out for them and enjoy with your families. I wish you the best. I wish you a very beautiful Easter, a happy one. May the death of Christ, who died for our sins, fulfill your lives and all your desires. May they come to pass. Please always know that God is there and He can do anything and everything for you. You don't have to worry. I wish you the best. Have a lovely Easter. Enjoy your Easter weekend. Enjoy with family, because we are blessed to still be alive. Some people haven't made it to this time, but we are blessed to be alive. We thank the Lord so much. We cannot thank Him enough. He's an amazing God. He's everything, and we give Him the glory. Thank you. Be blessed. Have a blessed Easter and see you after. Bye.